Welcome to Topic A, everyone. I'm your host, Gary Perna. This week on Topic A, we're going to talk about the Hazleton Police Department and the City of Hazleton's new venture with a nationally known TV show called Cops, plus what's new in the police department and what are the officers and members of the police department doing to protect you and serve the community. All that coming up on Topic A, only on WYLN. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
You deserve to look your best.
WYLN has strong ties to the community and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazleton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants Despair Hill Climb. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Topic A, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. I'm joined by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat and Police Chief Jerry Spezialy, and we're talking about Cops. The big announcement was made earlier this week that Cops TV show would be filming here in Hazleton. So this was something a lot of people, when it first hit the air, were kind of like, well, why are they coming to Hazleton? What's the image we're projecting? What's going on? Mm-hmm. But, Chief, I'll start with you. This could be something that's very positive for the city of Hazleton, and you know, it puts us in a light, but it can also put us in a very good light to see what our cops are doing.
And I think that's the misnomer that everybody has. What I think you have to realize is I've done this 3 times. This is my 3rd time with cops. What it does is it transcends a message to the criminals, because there's a big beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And that end could either be saving someone's life, rescuing somebody from a burning building with the fire department, or it could be saving somebody at a car accident or a heart attack, or it could be someone that does something wrong and then is arrested. So the message is crystal clear. I think what we have to realize is that we have to send this message to the criminal element that we're not going to pussyfoot around. We are coming after you, and we are going to aggressively police our city and make a safer Hazleton. That's the real message. The other thing is, and the mayor can talk on that, he has first right of refusal. So he has 20 days after a segment is made to review it, look at it, and say yes or no. That airs, that does not air. So think about that. Who would want to put Hazleton in a negative light? We're here to make a safer Hazleton.
Right.
So I think that the mayor being the overall arbiter of whether this airs or it doesn't air should be something that the public should be comfortable with and understand. Now, the city of Patterson, the mayor just came to me and said, green light, let's get them here. Want to show them our crime's going down. Want to show them that violence has stopped. Want to show them all the things that the fine police officers are doing.
Right.
It's a morale booster. It's a way to motivate your police officers. It's a way to showcase what police do day in and day out.
And I know that a lot of questions after the press conference started, well, what are they going to shoot? What are they going to show? How can they do this? How can they do that? And Mayor, you said basically nothing will leave the city if it's, you know, something that you don't feel comfortable with people seeing.
I'm never going to let somebody cast the city in a bad shadow over the city. You know, we handle 35,000 plus calls a year. That's one call every 15 minutes. This is the film crew is going to ride along with the regular officer. There's not going to be any overtime put out for this. These are incidents that are going to happen no matter what. Because there's a film crew in the city, does not mean there's going to be an influx of crime. You know, some people just don't understand what our officers do on a daily basis. You know, we're out there all day long. We have a very skilled bunch of guys and girls, and that's what I want to show. You know, people are always asking for a ride along. I want to see what goes on. This is a ride along for anybody in the city, state, and even the country that they could see what our police force does, and they could show that the crime in that is going down, and that what the city would be able to do if they had additional resources and manpower and equipment, how much better we could make the city. I think this is a positive thing for the city.
And with bringing them here, is at any time any officer in the city in any type of you know, danger or held against liability with the crews coming?
Yes, the Langley Productions gives us a $2 million blanket policy, which covers the council, the city, the administration, the police officers, the public, the vehicles, the equipment. Everything is covered. We have $2 million in insurance. We have an insurance policy where we have the rider, we have the certificate. It's been given to us. It names us. It covers West Hazleton because they back us up. It covers the Pennsylvania State Police. It covers any agents or somebody else that gets involved. And you know, just going back to that negativity, like the mayor said, these are not calls that are going to be manufactured.
Right.
These are calls that are going to come in regardless of if the crew was here or not. So guess what? Is it going to make Hazleton 1? Is it going to make the Standard Speaker? Is it going to make something else? That news is going out there irregardless. So what's the difference if Cops does it or if a news media station does it? It's the same thing. And today, the way Facebook is with social media, think about it, Gary. I mean, the second something happens, negative or positive, it's put on social media within 5 minutes.
That's true, and you know, and it's always changing. And with this, you know, I was reading some comments that when we posted our story at a TV station about it, the mayor had posted something, and comments going back and forth on it. You know, the positives and negatives. You know, you learn something that you're never always going to please everybody, but this is something that gives the city a tool. Another tool in the very large toolbox that the city has to not only fight crime, but to put the city in a place where we can show it and say, look at how great things are going. Look at how we're turning things around.
Yeah, look at where Hazleton is. Look at what we have to offer. Look at this beautiful downtown area. Look at this area over here where we could build a store or a building. Look at this home that I might want to buy or refurbish. Look at this hospital that needs to be made into an apartment building or something else. I mean, there's so many opportunities that come from this that you don't really look at it. Exponentially, this will just compound and show the world that Hazleton is a viable, vibrant city that has a lot to offer and great people here.
It could also help our recruitment of officers that will want to come to this area. I mean, when you see the things that our team do, when we have a tactical team, we have a special ops team, we have a SWAT team. A lot of municipalities don't have stuff like that. And we could get the cream of the crop that are out there that want to be police officers because they see what we have to offer and what we do with, you know, the area.
And I know, you know, we said time and time again, ever since you guys come on the show, and previously I've said in the show, the men and women in the Hazleton Police Department are some of the best around, if not the best around.
Absolutely.
And, you know, they have the knowledge, that they are very well trained. You know, so this is something that, you know, is a good thing. So with this and opening all these possibilities, what are the things that the camera crew is able to shoot, not shoot? You know, are there some gray areas?
Yeah, there's obviously, you know, if there was some sort of, you can't go into a medical facility because you have HIPAA violations and rules. You obviously, if there was a major crime scene, the district attorney would not want us having, you know, a film crew trudging through some sort of homicide or heinous crime. So you're going to see the everyday, mundane but interesting stories. So the negative light is not going to be, you know, some, you know, terrible, horrendous crime. We can't let them in there. They can't film that. You know, that's a crime scene. We have to preserve that.
Yeah, even if it is filmed, again, it's not going to get past the final cut.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back here on Topic A, we're going to talk about some new features coming to the Hazleton Police Department, new vehicles, some new officers recently just hired, and what are the chief and the mayor looking forward to moving forward. Now we're getting into the summer months here in the Hazleton Police Department. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m. The Beer Garage, 202 East Diamond Avenue in Hazleton. More than just beer. Coffee, all sizes, only $1. Get your lottery tickets here, too. Stop in today, The Beer Garage in Hazleton.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hey everyone, want some close-to-home outdoor fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport program to create your own backyard adventure, exploring local parks, trails, and events. It's fun, easy, and free. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre, guided walks and bike rides, the D&L Trail, and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them on the website. Start exploring today.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet Marina Kuchar, who is going to tell you a little bit about how chiropractic and music can make your life flow so much better. Her story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
And welcome back to Topic A, everyone. I'm joined by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat and Police Chief Jerry Speziale, and we're talking about the police department. So we just talked about the cop show coming into Hazleton, that they're going to be here throughout the summer, and we're looking forward to see how they put the cops in the light here in Hazleton and all the good they do. But I want to turn to some of the good that's been going on behind the scenes with the police department, and we got 3 new police officers to hit the streets, that will be hitting the streets, that we recently hired. So Chief, adding 3 officers, I know we recently just lost 2 to retirement. You know, still not a number we're comfortable with, but three more pairs of boots on the streets for the city.
What happens is by the council and the mayor putting forward those names, it brought with me the police department to the strength of 40. Because of that night I left the council meeting. I went immediately downstairs. I had the COPS grant, the Universal Hiring Grant, ready to go, and I hit the send button. So I submitted a grant for 2 more officers for free. So that we should hopefully hear from by October. I would think we should be successful with that.
Right.
That means we'll get 2 more officers for free. That will be very helpful for us. You know, look, I've worked in many places in many capacities throughout my 36 years in law enforcement. I'm proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with the men and women of the Hazleton Police Department. They're extremely talented, they're skilled, they're endowed with the skills they need to do the job and the difficult tasks they face. It's a tremendous police department, and I think that they really will show the world who they are.
I know, and you know, we've been listening for months, the back and forth with getting more officers. Of course, we all remember the infamous council meetings with the fighting back and forth on raising taxes, getting officers on the street. Able to get these 3, Mayor, you said you want to continue and hopefully hire more. We move forward, of course, we're coming into summer, so we're also going to start thinking about next year's budget already and putting things together. You know, what are your feelings on trying to get, if the grant comes through and get those 2, but on the horizon, are there more officers we can look at?
I would like to get to a total of 44, which would give us 32 patrol officers. And then we'd be able to go to a 4-squad, 4-platoon, 12-hour shift schedule, which would put 8 officers, 8 vehicles on the road at all times. We currently have 3, possibly 4 out there. So we'd be able to, by adding those few officers, we actually double our police presence. So I think that's where I'm trying to focus on. With the retiring of some of the more aged officers, they're coming in at a cheaper rate, so the tax implementation wouldn't be there. So that's where I stand. That's what I'm going to be fighting for. My magic number is 44, which would be 32 patrolmen, 12 inside.
And recently, you said that you talked with the police union about opening the contract up, and what they would look for, being able to, if more officers were hired, they would talk about maybe hiring some part-timers as well once they hit a magic number, going to the 12-hour shifts, and some concessions on stuff like that. So that would be a good move forward.
The police department was very, very nice. You know, we came to coming to the table, opening the contract mid-contract, which is unheard of. We went back and forth for weeks, if not months, trying to get to a spot where we all felt comfortable. We did agree to a bunch of things that's going to immediately save money for the city. Get us to that magic number of 32, where after that we could bring in part-time officers as needed, to get some additional help on when it is needed.
And I know that goes a long way with also, we talked about the overtime budget and how large it is just because of how taxed it is. And now we get into the summertime season where there's going to be more things going on downtown, going on around the city, where more cops are needed to be out on patrol. So that would really help with that as well. And Chief, to see the police union come and doing this to the table, you've said you really have never seen something like this that they're willing to work before.
No, I have to take my hat off to the police union at the Hazleton Police Department. The men and women were tremendous. They worked with us. They did not have to open up their contract. They truly are a great group of individuals. Like I said, they opened up. They worked with the mayor. Yeah, there was back and forth and there was dialogue between the mayor and the union, but there was no fighting. There was, they went back and forth. They offered 7 steps.
Right.
They offered health pay. They offered all kinds of things that could save the taxpayers just so we could. So imagine if they're willing to do that, how they feel about manpower.
Right. And
in a year that they don't have to open a contract and just say, give me my raise.
Right. And you know what, and that's great. And also something really, really awesome to talk about. 3 new cars come into the Hazleton Police Department. And during the break we were talking that one of them basically was free to the city, basically, with that.
They were all free.
Yeah, they were all free, no tax dollars.
They were all tax free.
Yeah.
One was a donation from We Are Hazleton, and the other two were purchased with drug seizure money. So there's no cost to the taxpayers. We're looking forward to having those additional officers where we need additional vehicles. So we're preparing ourselves for the future now and get us in the place where we need to be for when this does take place.
And it's an image change.
Right.
It's an image change. It's a black and white. It's a traditional policing. It's people will recognize the police car. You know what I mean? It's definitely an image change that the mayor had in his vision of how he wanted to see that police department car. And we talked about the black and white. We both had a shared vision. And I'll tell you the truth, when you see those cars, they're gorgeous. The criminal element will recognize it, the residents will recognize it, and your presence will be noticed. That omnipresence is so important.
Right, and we got about 2 minutes left in this segment, and I want to go back to something we talked about a couple of months ago, the texting line, which the hotline for any type of information for the police department. You're not comfortable with, maybe calling into the 459 number or even up to the 911 center. These tips can go in that people are seeing. So how has that been going? How's it working for the city?
It is working tremendously. We get great intelligence, we get great investigations. Here's the way it works. It's like anything else. The more you show it here on YLN, every time you show the commercial, our tips increase. Then they slowly, go down. But once you show those commercials, I know when you're showing commercials, because the second you show commercials, my phone goes crazy with showing me that there's tips coming into the system. So it's really based on, that people know that it's out there. We have to get it out there more, and the tips are really gleaning some great stuff. If you've seen the drug seizures that we've made, it's tremendous. The investigations have been, beyond.
And I think every night it runs in our news, and the jingle gets stuck in your head because in the control room we could all recite it, but it was something much needed in the city. All right, stay with us here, everyone. We'll be right back on Topic A. Don't go anywhere.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now, helping to solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Get the entire story when it's convenient for you and get it from WYLN News. 2 daily newscasts from your #1 source for local news. WYLN's Evening Edition News at 5:30 and WYLN's Late Edition News at 10. More than just headlines, it's the whole story. In-depth reporting on hot topics and more. Plus, the area's most accurate weather report from the WYLN Weather Center. More news, weather, and sports twice a day, only on WYLN. We're your local network.
And welcome back, everyone, to Topic A. In our closing couple of minutes here, some other new things coming to the police department. Our officers are going to start walking the streets and have started walking the streets in Hazleton in some target neighborhoods. So, Chief, talk a little bit about what people can be expecting this summer, since the weather has now started to cooperate with us and be nice.
We've had officers that are doing a park walk and talk program that has gone throughout the city. It's targeting different hot spots throughout the city where they are walking in different areas, talking to the public that's out there and making the business owners feel safer. We received a lot of positive feedback as a result of it, and it's helped us to deter crime because those officers being out there on foot really do help. So we've been moving them around throughout the city to different locations, and I would say to the criminal element, you don't know where they're coming next.
And Mayor, seeing all the new initiatives being taken by the police department, we started doing shows, I think in January. You guys have been coming just about once a month regularly. Seeing the new things going on, what are some of the things you're seeing and hearing from the constituents in Hazleton about the new look for the police department?
Well, we came out with the focus of we wanted communication and to be proactive, and that's everything we've done was to deal with those two things. We're like right now, the park walk and talk. We want people to communicate with the officers. We want them to know the officers that are in town, so you feel more comfortable when an incident happens to come talk to them. And that's the communication. You need the community to do their part to help us do ours.
And it's so true because as the mayor said, you want that community to come to you. We had a situation yesterday where West Hazleton came into our borough. I can't tell you how many people, hey Jerry, come here, an older woman, hey Jerry, come here, I want to tell you about behind this, they're right there trying to communicate with you. When you build that collaboration, that relationship, it's like the mayor said, you can't pay for that.
Right.
You really can't. And that's what we need. We need to have those eyes and ears out there because we're not always there.
Yeah. And I know there was a lot moving forward, especially through the summer months, and I know you guys are going to be back a lot to talk about what's going on. And, Chief, moving forward, the new officers coming on, the new cars coming on, with the show coming on, what are you looking for this summer for people to see in Hazleton with the police department, and hopefully what's the message that you're putting out there?
The message is, together, if we collaborate, together, we can do what no one can do alone, and we will make a safer Hazleton. It's about collaboration, it's about working together, it's about making a safer city. And that's really the message, that's really the mayor's vision, that's my vision. We have that shared vision, and that's what we want to do. And the community has that shared vision. So we're all in this together, so let's fight the fight so that we can win the war and the battle and take our streets back. That's what we need to do.
And quickly, I have about a minute 30 left. Article came out this week that says you're on loan for 2 more weeks from Patterson,
2 months.
Or 2 months, excuse me, from Patterson. So, Mayor, you've been working with the mayor from Patterson, and a good relationship here. Hopefully, continue to follow through.
Yeah, well, I have a great relationship with Mayor Torres. We have a lot in common, well, at least one thing in common.
I don't think you realize the connection between Patterson and Hazleton. We had the truck that was hijacked.
Yeah.
We end up in Patterson with monster drinking Patterson police officers and Hazleton police officers making the arrest. We had the other thing with the fugitive was from Patterson. We have a robbery here in Hazleton. Who do we catch? The New Jersey fugitive from Patterson.
Right.
There is a nexus. There is a benefit. So, we're all in this together. We all have to work together and pool our resources and do what we can do to pull together and make a safer city.
All right. Well,
and I'm committed.
Thank both of you for coming on to share everything with us. And remember, they'll be back on throughout the summer as well. Keep your eyes peeled. Remember the text hotline. Give them a call. If you see anything, please call the police department, call 911. If you see something suspicious, the more you help out the officers, the more we can get the bad guys off the streets, not only here in the city, but throughout our whole viewing area. Thank you so much for watching us, everyone here on Topic A. Stay with us. Much more great shows coming your way throughout the summer. And remember, Topic A is where the community comes to talk. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time.